Okay, so my name is Humairaa Moola, and I am the founder of HM Accounting. We are a South African-based accounting and business education firm that provides accounting, bookkeeping, and business financial coaching and services to entrepreneurs and business owners, both locally and internationally. Now, a little bit more about what we stand for. At HM Accounting, we believe that technology should never replace people. It should just empower them, and hence this webinar. At HM Accounting, we leverage AI tools and automation to simplify bookkeeping, reporting, and decision-making, helping entrepreneurs to work smarter and not harder. Yet we never lose sight of what truly matters, which is the human story behind the numbers. So your goals, your challenges, and your vision. And by integrating smart systems with personal insight, we have helped clients to cut their weekly bookkeeping time by nearly a half. And I've spent over 15 years in the accounting industry, working with everyone from small startups to established companies. I do hold a BCom honors in accounting, and I am currently completing my Executive MBA through an American university, which really gives me a very global strategic lens to connect the dots between numbers, systems, and business growth. Over the years, I have been honored to receive recognition for my work, including being named one of Dubai Daily's best voted upcoming accountants. And I was a finalist for the Humairaa Young Entrepreneur Awards 2024. But honestly, what really drives me the most is to help business owners feel confident and in control of their finances. I have recently also been featured in press locally and globally for my contributions and thoughts on AI and finance. Now, today's session is all about how we can bring together AI and human intelligence to make bookkeeping simpler, faster, and even a little fun. You're going to see how ChatGPT can help you to get organized, to save hours every month, and to turn your numbers into stories that actually make sense. So before we dive in, I would love to know a little bit about you, who you are, where you are from, what business you have. Please do drop that in the comment section. I would love to read those comments. And by the end of this webinar, I hope that you will leave with a few ideas that truly make managing your business finances feel lighter, feel smarter, and feel more human. Okay, so let's be honest. Bookkeeping is not every entrepreneur's favorite task. It is time consuming, it is repetitive, and it is often the very first thing that falls behind when you are running a business. But then every month, those numbers sneak up on you. The invoices pile up, the receipts go missing, and before you know it, you are saying, I'll catch up next week. Does that sound familiar? Because I know I've heard this from dozens of my clients who we have gone on to help. But what I want you to know is that bookkeeping does not have to feel heavy. It does not have to feel overwhelming. What if I told you that you could simplify your bookkeeping starting today without hiring extra help, but simply by using ChatGPT, the very same tool that people are already using to write emails and social media captions? And I think we're quite familiar with that because when you go onto social media, you just know when a post has been written by ChatGPT, right? But today, I am going to be showing you how to turn ChatGPT into your finance assistant. By the end of today's session, you will be walking away with a clear understanding of how AI or ChatGPT can simplify bookkeeping even if you are not tech savvy, and some practical prompts that you can start using immediately to organize your business finances, confidence to read your financial data and to start to make those data-driven decisions, and clarity on when to implement AI-powered bookkeeping systems like Xero, QuickBooks, or Zoho Books, and how HM accounting can help. And a new perspective by understanding that numbers tell a story. And it's your story that we want to bring to life through smarter systems. So our goal today is very simple. It is to show you how AI and automation can work with you and not against you, freeing up your time, reducing your stress, and really helping your business to thrive. Before we dive in, just a quick heads up from me. Stay with us right until the end because I do have a few special extras for you. You are going to get to ask me questions live on this webinar. So do follow along the prompts so that whatever questions you have about them, you can bring it up with us directly. You will also get more details on how to book an exclusive consultation that will help you to just get an assessment on your software, accounting software, but we will tell you more about that later. And then more details on our ebook, which is going to have all of today's prompts, plus 5 bonus prompts, and then the details on how you can watch the replay. So do make sure that you stay tuned until the end because we've got a lot of practical, exciting stuff to cover today. Now, just let us know once again in the comments section who here is already using ChatGPT for their admin or marketing, or if you have any experience with ChatGPT and have you been using it? How have you been using it? If you are not using it, then please let us know why you are not using it as well. Now, I really like to have a why behind the things that I do, right? Because then no matter how difficult something is, I know that I'm going to follow through on it because I know the reason of why I've started that. So I thought it was really important to share a webinar on this. And the reason being is that your books, your financials, they tell the story of your business. So they tell you what is working, what's not working, and where your next opportunity lies. And I know this because every time I look at a client's books, I can already tell from the numbers, I can already tell about my clients or about the business itself. So numbers definitely tell a story. And this is where AI comes in because artificial intelligence is here to simplify, to speed it up, and to support us. Now, 82% of small businesses that fail cite poor cash flow management as a key reason. And I really wanted to give you facts behind this because I'm not just making this up. They really do cite cash flow management as the cause of failure. Now, accurate bookkeeping helps you to see those trends, to prepare for tax season, and to make those data-driven decisions confidently. But many business owners do not review their financials regularly simply because the process feels so overwhelming. Now, AI can automate up to 40% of your manual finance tasks, and this frees up hours every week. It means that it lets you focus on your strategy instead of your spreadsheets. I am hosting this webinar because I see how many small business owners struggle with bookkeeping, and I know how much time and stress can be saved by learning to use AI as your financial assistant. You don't have to be tech savvy. You just need to want to start and have an idea of where to start. And I'm hoping that this webinar is going to help you do just that. So we have already called ChatGPT our finance assistant, right? But I want to quickly talk about what that actually means. Now, ChatGPT is an AI language tool that can help you to think, to plan, and to write faster. But it's not going to replace your accountant, and it is definitely not here to do your taxes. But what it can do is it can help you to organize, to interpret, and to understand your financial information much more easily. So think of it like having a junior assistant in your business, someone who can draft, who can summarize, or prepare things for you, and then you or your accountant will step in and review and finalize this information. Now, ChatGPT is great for things like organizing messy transaction lists, creating templates for invoices and for reports, summarizing your cash flow and your financial notes, drafting your bookkeeping checklists or your month-end procedures, and even explaining financial reports or metrics in plain English. But it is not here for filing or submitting your taxes or producing final financial statements or even replacing professional accounting or tax advice. So ChatGPT is simply your assistant. It is your intern. It's going to help you to move a little faster. It's going to help you to stay organized, and it's going to help you to make better financial decisions. Now, what you have all been waiting for, I hope, do get your pens and your paper ready to start taking notes. Or alternatively, please just take a screenshot or a picture of the prompt itself, just for time, so that we can move through it a little quicker and we can get to the Q&A. The idea of today is not to become a pro, right? It is just to get comfortable and more confident using ChatGPT for finance and understanding how to use it. So play around with it. There's no hard and fast way. Just make it your own. I do want to say that we will be having future trainings on more advanced AI prompts and other finance topics, as well as just general entrepreneurship. But for today, I just want to focus on the basics, right? Because if we don't have that, we cannot really get on to the next step. That said, let's get into it. You are welcome to start writing down the prompts if you are a fast writer, or you can take a screenshot or a picture of the prompt. I do also want to let you know that at the end, we will be speaking of the ebook, but the ebook is going to have these prompts in them, as well as 5 bonus prompts, right? The recording will also have this if you prefer to listen to it at your own pace. But let's start with the first way that we can use ChatGPT, and that is planning and organizing your bookkeeping tasks. Now, like I said, I really want to get the basics in place, because it's no use moving on to the more complex things when we do not have this in place. Most business owners know that they should be keeping up with their books, but it often feels like there is no clear system. Now, ChatGPT can help you to fix this in minutes. You simply tell it what type of business you run. For example, if you are a service-based business or an e-commerce store or a retail shop, and just ask it to generate a recurring bookkeeping checklist. It will then create a simple plan that you can use to stay on top of your finances every week or month. I do want to say that I use the paid ChatGPT version. I'm not sure if there's anybody else here that has the paid version, but I do highly recommend it. I know that there are a lot of small business owners here, and so obviously cost is a factor. However, if you think about it, it's much cheaper than getting an actual assistant or intern into your business, right? So definitely worth the investment, and I highly recommend it. Also, over the next slides, after every prompt, I will go into the output that I've generated from ChatGPT using these prompts. And I do want you to know that this is using the paid version of ChatGPT, but you're most welcome to try it on the free version as well. You can even go ahead and try the first prompt in ChatGPT right now while we are here, and we can discuss your questions at the end. So the first prompt example, we're going to input into ChatGPT our instruction. We're going to tell ChatGPT to create a detailed monthly bookkeeping calendar for A. Now, as you can see, I have it highlighted in red. So if you are not in South Africa, you can be in Dubai, in the UK, in Ireland, wherever you are, you will change South Africa or South African to your country of business operation. So wherever you are operating from, you will put it in there. If you are in the US, please specify United States as well as the exact state that you are in. And this is because, remember, we are giving ChatGPT instructions and we really want a very clear output. Now, depending on where you are in the world, there will be different contexts that you need to follow: legalities, financial laws, and tax laws. So depending on where you are, ChatGPT should provide the output to suit that location, right? And then you will specify whether you are a service-based business or a product-based business. So, and then you can go on to say the type of business that you are. So you will say, for example, a fashion retailer or a wholesaler of plastics, or you are in the service industry, you are a hair salon. The more specific you are, the better. Give ChatGPT as much information as you can so that it can tailor it to your business, right? Do include weekly tasks like recording income, reconciling bank accounts, and reviewing cash flow. That is the prompt that you will enter into ChatGPT. The add-on prompt is that you can ask ChatGPT, once it's generated the bookkeeping checklist, to summarize the checklist into a simple table format that you can paste into Excel or Google Sheets. Now, ChatGPT can also do this, right? It can create an actual Excel document or an actual Word document. I would not recommend the Excel or the PDF version, so maybe a Word document. But the reason why I've asked it to just create the format is that in case you want to play around with your specific format on Excel or Word, you can do that, right? Just by copying the data that it's given you on ChatGPT. But of course, you can ask it to put it into an Excel document as well. Is everybody okay with this? Yusuf, are there any questions, or can I move on to the output?
So far, no questions. You can continue. However, if anybody would like to ask any questions, please feel free to pose your questions in the comment section. Thank you.
Okay, so I put in the first prompt into ChatGPT, and this was the output. If you cannot hear the video, please let me know, and I will just narrate it. So as you can see, this creates some structure, right? And where there is structure, consistency can follow. So again, you can copy this straight into your planner or into your Trello board or Google Tasks, and suddenly your bookkeeping is going to become structured. It's not going to be scattered anymore because you have a task list to follow. And this simple step can help you to see what is due, when it is due, so that you are always in control instead of letting your bookkeeping control you. Like I said, this was tailored to a South African business, but depending on where you are, the output will be tailored to your region. You just have to simply enter in your country. Okay, then we entered in prompt 2 as well, and I just want to show you the output of that as well. Okay, so a lot of people ask me if ChatGPT can make invoices. Now, the answer is yes. It can help you to draft your content of an invoice or design a layout, but it's not going to actually number or issue them automatically. That is where software like Xero or QuickBooks or Zoho Books come in. They are going to handle the accounting and the compliance side. But ChatGPT can absolutely speed up your process, especially as a starting business owner. So the example prompt that we have here is where we instruct ChatGPT to draft an invoice template. The prompt reads, create a professional tax invoice template for A. You will put in your where your business is operating from, the country of operation. So you can say for a European small business, include fields for the business name, for the client name, the date, invoice number, description, subtotal, and then you will have your VAT or GST. You just need to put the percentage as well of the GST or the VAT, and then the total amount. And then you ask ChatGPT to use a neat table style layout. You can have an add-on prompt where you ask it to just add in some invoice wording, for example, on your payment terms. So you can put in an instruction to ChatGPT asking it to write a short professional payment note to include at the bottom of an invoice, reminding clients to pay within however many days you allow for. So whether it's 7 or immediately or 15 days or a month. And then you ask ChatGPT to use a tone that is polite but firm. Now you can put both of these instructions into one note to ChatGPT, and that will be fine. But when it comes to longer instructions, or when ChatGPT needs to do more complex tasks, please do not put it into one prompt because ChatGPT gets a little bit confused, right? So give it one instruction at a time for longer prompts. And now I will just show you the output that it gave me. So as you can see here, when I put in the prompt, ChatGPT said to me that the tax invoice template has been created and that I can download it here. And then it gave me a link for download, which was a Word document. So I have taken a screenshot of this Word document, and this is the output of it. It also has columns for entering in banking details. And you can just, like I said, you can do the add-on prompt as well, where you ask it to put in some invoice wording. But for this one, I did not. You also can tailor the generated document to suit your needs further. So you can, for example, enter in your logo. right? So this is just going to help startup businesses to have an invoice template on hand. And really, you can tailor it even further to ask it to create it for a product-based business or for your business specifically. You can say exactly what type of business you have. Now let's talk about something that every business owner faces, which is messy data. You know, those long lists of transactions that are sitting in your inbox or exported from your bank statement. Well, ChatGPT can actually help you to categorize and clean them up in minutes. All you need to do is copy and paste a list of transactions and then tell ChatGPT to sort them into categories like your income, your cost of sales, your marketing, or your admin expenses. And you will use your business operation country context, right? So you do not have to copy and paste the transactions. You can just upload a PDF document or you can upload a CSV file instead of copying and pasting. So you can take your whole bank statement, which is a PDF or a CSV or an Excel sheet, directly to ChatGPT and ask it to categorize your transactions. When you are asking it to categorize the transactions into accounting categories, you will ask it to categorize it into your income, cost of sales, marketing, admin expenses. Like I said, using your business operation state. And then you can also, again, use the type of business that you have. So I think that is very beneficial to input for a whatever you are, hair salon or a restaurant or an NPO, whatever you are, input that so that it knows how to tailor the data. Because sometimes there may be a cost of sales item and it will understand that better if you actually give it the type of business that you are. And then once you are done with that prompt, you can then prompt it again and ask it to summarize the total spent per category and highlight the top 3 expense areas. So this is where we have entered in a few demo transactions. So I took an Excel document. I just entered in a few demo transactions, as you can see. And then I clicked on ChatGPT on the plus sign, so on the add file button, and I uploaded this Excel document. And then I used the prompt and I asked ChatGPT to provide me with categories. And then as you can see, ChatGPT has now taken the same transactions that I uploaded and used all of this as the description. So it's used the descriptions, it's used the amounts, and then it's given me the categories. And where it says other expenses, because remember our prompt said to categorize it as operating expenses, or we were very specific in the prompt. So for where it says other expenses, it even tells us what those expenses could be or what that income could be. I thought this was very, very clever of ChatGPT. Another important thing is to double check the information. Because remember, just like you have an assistant or an intern, you need to review their work. And just like us humans make errors, so does ChatGPT. Sometimes ChatGPT gets overwhelmed. Sometimes it's too much of data. The other thing I want to note at this point is do not upload too long documents. So too many PDF pages or too long Excel files, because ChatGPT gets confused and it tends to skim through the documents then instead of actually paying attention to the whole thing. So make sure your documents are not too long, right? I would say 4 pages at the max of a PDF. And now here is where the magic really happens. And that is where I added our additional prompt, right? And I asked it to give us the spending by category. So it's basically summarized that. And then it's also given us our top 3 expense areas as per the prompt. Now, this is a really great way to clean up your data. It's going to help you to see your spending patterns instantly, and it's going to save you hours of manual sorting and categorizing. Now, this one is an absolute game changer, especially if you are the kind of business owner who has all of your data, but you just need a little help of making sense of it. So if you have your income and your expense information, even in plain text or a spreadsheet, ChatGPT can help you to summarize it into a simple income statement format. This is going to give you a snapshot of your business performance without needing to open your accounting software or wait for month end, or even wait for your accountant. Now, you may also use the data that I previously, like from our previous prompt that you have asked ChatGPT to categorize. And this is why I sort of did the layout in this way. I wanted to do it step by step so that when you are doing it on ChatGPT, you can just keep following with the next prompt because it does follow through, right? After categorizing, we can then ask ChatGPT to give us an income statement from that same data. So the prompt says that using these transactions, draft a simple income statement for, and you will input the month that you would like the income statement for. And then you will say for your country of business operation, small business. Again, adding in more details, you can say the type of business that you have. That will be very beneficial to help ChatGPT format your income statement correctly and analyze the data further. You're also going to ask ChatGPT to include totals for income, cost of sales, gross profit, and operating expenses. Now, remember, if there's any wording that you do not understand, for example, if you do not understand what gross profit is, which it is your income less your cost of sales, but if you do not understand what that is, you can ask ChatGPT. You can say to ChatGPT, please explain to me, what is gross profit? I am a small business owner and I would like for you to explain that to me simply. Okay. And then this is the output that ChatGPT has drafted for me. So once again, I uploaded some dummy transactions. As you can see, I've used an Excel document, pressed the plus sign on ChatGPT, and uploaded the document to ChatGPT, and I have used these prompts. I tried to use a little bit more dummy transactions so that it could analyze a larger document. And then as you can see, it's given me a simple income statement for the month that I asked it to. And it has given me a summary, which was prompt 2, just to give me a better idea of the income statement. Just to show you guys during this webinar, I have also asked ChatGPT to analyze or break down these transactions further. So I will show that to you in a bit as well. But what I do want to say also is that you can then ask ChatGPT to put this income statement for you into an Excel document or a Word document that you can download so that you can keep it in your records. Okay, so this is our detailed income statement, right? As you can see now, it's broken down our expenses further and really just given us a more detailed income statement for analysis. So you can take your prompt that we've already used and ask it to just give you a more detailed analysis. And then the last prompt that you can use is, once your data is now clean and it is organized, the next step is going to be to make sense of this data, right? This is a bit more of an advanced prompt, but I really wanted to include it because I wanted you to get confident asking ChatGPT about your financials. I know sometimes we are not as comfortable asking our accountants or bookkeepers to explain it, or sometimes we do and we still don't understand. So I wanted to just give you the tools to be able to read it for yourself as well and understand it simply. Just become a bit more confident with analyzing your own financials. So this is where ChatGPT becomes your thinking partner. You can ask it to interpret your financial data, to identify which costs are increasing or where you might be overspending and how your profit margins are changing month to month. So the example prompt is we are asking ChatGPT to analyze this month's income and expense summary and to tell us which costs are increasing the fastest, where we can reduce spending, and how our net profit margin has changed month to month. We can also ask it to recommend ways in which we can increase or reduce expenses or even increase income, right? And then the add-on prompt is just to create a 3-month financial performance summary in table format showing income, expenses, profit, and key insights. But with the add-on prompt, we need to have at least 3 months of financial data. So you can do this task for 3 months, generate income statements for 3 months, download those income statements, and then use those income statements for the add-on prompt, right? So that we have 3 months of financial data. This is a really cool prompt to just get a little bit of strategy insight into your business as to how you would be increasing your income or reducing your expenses. Don't forget to tailor it as much as you can for your own business. So do enter in the type of business and where you are operating in, right? That will be helpful to ChatGPT. And this is an example output. So as you can see, it has analyzed 3 months of financial data, right? And it's broken it down into a table format and into categories, and it's given us our profit margin. And then it's given us a little bit of an analysis, as well as opportunities that we can utilize and our fastest growing expenses. This will help you to manage your business better, which is ultimately where we want to get to. Okay, so just a few bonus tips before we wrap up, so that you can get better, more accurate results from ChatGPT. Remember, AI is an intern or is like your intern, right? So the clearer your instructions, the better results you are going to get. So be specific, always include your business type. For example, you are a retail type of business or a product-based business, service-based business. You could be selling herbs, whatever it is, just be as specific as possible with your prompts, right? And then give it further context. So add phrases like in the US and the state that you are in, or in the UK, or in Nairobi, wherever you are, be very specific with that. This is for local relevance and tax and compliance laws, right? And then ask ChatGPT for tables or for structured lists to keep your data organized. You can also get pie charts and bar graphs. ChatGPT will do all of it for you. And then add for small business owner, just to simplify the language, especially when it comes to financial jargon that you do not understand or that you need explained a little bit more clearly. ChatGPT will do it for you. And then also make sure to review and verify those results before applying them, right? Like we touched on earlier, ChatGPT is still a junior assistant. It is still in training. So just make sure that you do review the data. Do not trust it fully to always provide the correct output. And lastly, save your good prompts so that you can reuse it monthly. So in other words, build your own AI toolkit. The key here is to give ChatGPT enough detail to think like your assistant or your employee. You are going to provide that direction, And AI is going to bring that efficiency, and that's really how you are going to create results. Now, ChatGPT is excellent for getting started. It's going to help you to plan, to understand, and to organize your finances. But as your business grows, there comes a point when manual or AI-assisted spreadsheets are just not enough. And that is when you know it's time to move to proper accounting software. Just a few signs of when you know that it's time to upgrade. Number one is you are processing 10 plus invoices or transactions per month, right? So you've got over 10 transactions running through your bank statement per week, and you want sort of a bit more of an automatic reconciliation because it's going to get a little bit confusing. And also when you have hired staff and you need things like payroll and employee tax submissions handled accurately. Also, when you need to track your GST or your VAT and file your submissions. And then you want things like automated bank feeds. So remember, with payroll software, with accounting software, it can actually pull through your data without you having to input anything. So that is the good thing about it. And when your business is at a biggest place and you would like to have those things, then that would be a good time to upgrade as well. It's also when you want automated reports instead of doing it manually. Also, when you need management reports or cash flow insights and audit trails for growth or funding. And most importantly, when you are spending more than 2 to 3 hours a week on your bookkeeping, then you know it's definitely time to upgrade. Now, we are practitioners for Xero, for Sage, and for QuickBooks, and we are in the process of becoming practitioners for Zoho. So we are very familiar with what these software are capable of. And a lot of them, all of them, are either integrating or have integrated some sort of AI into their software already. Now, when you reach these milestones, we can definitely guide your transition from the manual tracking or AI prompts to the full accounting software like Xero or QuickBooks. We can tailor your setup, we can train your team or you, and you can even outsource your bookkeeping to us regardless of where in the world you are. And we use these accounting software really so that our business can grow with us. Now it is your turn. Do not just watch this, try it. Pick one bookkeeping task this week from what we have gone through. Maybe your monthly checklist. I would really, really love for you to start with that. And just ask ChatGPT to do it for you. Track how much of time you save, because you will be surprised by how much simpler things become once you start using AI to take care of the little things. Now, before we close off and go into the Q&A, if you would like hands-on help setting up your bookkeeping system specifically to your company, or if you want to implement these AI prompts specifically to your company, or you need help outsourcing your books or transitioning to Xero or QuickBooks, please do reach out to us. We are also offering exclusive consultation sessions just for attendees of this webinar. So if you are in this webinar, you get exclusive consultation sessions to assess which software you should move to. If you are in that place, we will do a full assessment and analyze which software is best for you. Remember, once you get onto a software, it's not something you want to change all the time because it's too much of a headache, right? So you do want to get onto the right software system from the beginning. It's almost like a marriage partner. We're not going to change those too often, I hope. And then after this webinar, as soon as we can, you will receive an email with a link to book your consultation for your free assessment. If you would like help on setting up your software or just a general overall consultation and something like that, then please do send us an email and we will give you discounted pricing on that, solely because you have attended this webinar. You will also receive a link to purchase the ebook with all of the prompts that we have covered today, plus the 5 bonus prompts and tools to help you to get started. And we've also decided that we will attach the recording with the ebook. So instead of selling it separately, if you buy the ebook, you get the recording free of charge, right? But we will send you the link once we've uploaded the recording so that when you purchase it, you get your recording as well. Obviously, if you have any issues at any time, just send us an email and we will be happy to help. Please do also follow us on Eventbrite for all future updates of our webinars, because we are going to be doing many more of these, many more in-depth AI webinars, as well as business strategy, finance, mindset, and productivity, burnout management, and time management. So we're really going to be doing all of it, and I'm very excited for you guys to join us on that journey. And if you'd like to stay connected, you can visit our website. You can follow HM Accounting on LinkedIn or on Facebook and YouTube for more tutorials, finance tips, and AI bookkeeping insights. Our social handles will also be shared or have already been shared. At the end of the day, AI and bookkeeping are not just about systems and spreadsheets. They are about clarity in your numbers, your decisions, and your direction as a business owner. Now, AI is here to simplify it. It is here to take that late night admin off your plate, to make sense of the numbers that once felt overwhelming, and to help you give back to you something priceless, which is time and peace of mind. Now, if this session helped you to see that finance can feel simpler, smarter, and more human, then my mission today was fulfilled. Please do let us know your thoughts, your comments in the comment section as well. We would love to know what you've learned from today's webinar. The goal, remember, is not to become tech experts. It is to become more confident, capable business owners. So thank you for showing up and for being curious and for investing in your own growth. I hope that you walk away not just with a new tool, but with a renewed sense of control over your business story. Because when you understand your numbers, you can rewire your future. Yusuf, I'm not sure if there's anything that you would like to add before we head into the Q&A.
No, Humairaa, I think that sums it all, and just a great sense of appreciation to everybody who attended the session today. And I hope, like Humairaa says, you guys have all taken something away from this that has impacted in your lives and businesses in a positive way. But I'll let Humairaa continue.
Okay, so it's now your turn. Let's chat. Let us know in the comments or unmute and let us know which of these 5 tips